Hi, it's Dr. Pat Buchanan, your movement improvement expert. Does your back give you fits when you have to travel in a plane or in a car for long periods of time? Or maybe it just bugs you when you have to sit at your desk through a long work day and you're on deadline and you can't get up and take the breaks that you know you should take because you feel better when you move. Well, I've got some tips for you that will help you keep your back feeling more comfortable, and so you don't suffer with pain the day after you travel or when you get home at night after a long day's work. All right? I'm going to show you how to tell time with your pelvis. Good old-fashioned clock is going to be our tool for this lesson, where you'll be learning about how to use your pelvis to tell time, to tell what time it is from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock. We're even going to touch all the hours and maybe throw in little dance moves like a Texas two-step, a Carolina shag, and rocking around the clock. All right? So here comes tip number 1. Now, to do these movements, imagine you are sitting on the face of a clock. So the clock is positioned so that 12 o'clock is in front of you, 6 o'clock is behind, 3 o'clock is under your right hip or your right sit bone. 9 o'clock is under your left hip or sit bone. All right? So the first movement, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Imagine rolling your pelvis to press towards the 12 o'clock and back towards the 6 o'clock. Now, if this is a movement that you would do sitting in your seat, this is something that you're not going to really be able to rock forward and back, which is good, because what I want you to do is move that spine like a well-oiled chain, so that when you roll towards 12, when you roll your pelvis onto 12 o'clock, your belly goes out. Hey, it's okay. There are times when you need to let your belly go out. It's all good. It's really good at times. Believe me. Let your belly go out. Your chest comes up, and you get a little taller, and your back gently arches. Do this movement and all these movements within your comfortable zone. And then you roll back into that slouch position that I bet is pretty familiar for you, as it is for me. Right? So then you round back, and notice how I get shorter. Then I roll up on the 12 o'clock, I get taller. I feel proud, I feel happy. I roll back and slouch. This is familiar. This is kind of a downer position. All right? Notice the feeling that comes along with the movement. Keep that in mind. Movement touches many more things than just whether or not it's causing your muscles to contract or relax. There's so much more to movement than that. So the first movement is at 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Taller, shorter, curve to the front, curve to the back. Belly goes out, belly goes in. Chest goes up, chest sinks down. Notice how this impacts your breathing, all right? 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. So if you're in your car, you can be doing this. I've done it a lot of times on long trips. 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. If you're in a car, in an airplane seat, and you're worried about what people are thinking about you, if you really care, then you can make the movement really small, okay? And you can still be doing this movement and taking care of yourself while you're thinking about not disturbing your neighbors. All right, so that's the first move, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Let's continue our lesson about telling time with our pelvis. 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. We're sitting on the face of the clock. 3 o'clock is under our right sit bone. 9 o'clock is under the left. And you saw what I just did? Like I was reaching down to see, maybe I sat on something, sat on some gum or something, and then I checked under the other side. Again, that's the type of movement. It's not about leaning to the left, leaning to the right, stand up, sit down, fight, fight, fight. It's letting that well-oiled spine chain move and curve and bend. So when you lean on 3 o'clock, you're lifting up off of 9 o'clock. Your spine is curving, your shoulders are tilting, the left shoulder is tilting down as the left hip comes up. As you lean on 9 o'clock and lift off 3 o'clock, the right hip comes up, the right shoulder comes down, you curve in the middle. Your head is staying pretty much in the middle when you do this. So you got a little motion going on in the ocean, a little side-to-side groove happening. You can do this hanging onto your steering wheel. And keep your eyes on the road, your hands on the wheel, and your pelvis is going 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. That's movement 2. Remember I said you can be rocking around the clock and touching every hour of the clock. You can focus on these quarter hours that we touched on, the 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock and 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock, but you can be going all the way around, clockwise and counterclockwise. You may remember, you might have been alive when Bill Haley and the Comets were singing this song, or maybe you've just heard it on the old TV or radio shows. 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock rock, right? So we start coming up to 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock rock, 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock rock, 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock rock. We're going to rock around the clock tonight. Okay, I'm going to spare you any more bad singing, but you get the idea. I've taken this idea of moving from 12 and 6 and 3 and 9 and filled in the other hours so that I am rocking around the clock. Oh, my back is so happy, and I can reverse and go counterclockwise rocking around the clock. It's a great way to keep the back and the ribs and the hip joints in your chest and your breathing so much more comfortable when you're stuck in your seat for extended periods of time, whether it's at work, at flying to a vacation or business, or traveling long hours in your car. All right, I've got one more, well, 2 dance moves, depending upon whether you're from the Southwest or the South. So stay tuned. I got one more variation of telling time with your clock. Okay, here's your bonus move when it comes to using your pelvis like a clock. This isn't so much about telling time. Depends. You'll have to orient your clock a little differently to do this move. But here's what I want you to think about. Maybe a better metaphor for you is holding the reins. If you're used to being, if you've ever ridden on horses of any size, or whether they've just been mechanical little ponies, they come with reins, and when you pull the reins, you steer the horse. Right now, you're going to steer your pelvis. So you're pulling on the reins so that when you pull back on the right side, your left side goes forward. When you pull back on the left side, your right side goes forward. So you are taking your pelvis, one side goes forward, the other side goes back. Left side forward, right side goes back. If you're looking at your knees, because your knees are attached to the thigh bones attached to the hip bone, when that left side of the pelvis goes back, your knee looks like it's getting shorter. The right knee looks like it's getting longer. When the right side comes back, the right knee looks like it's getting shorter, the left knee is getting longer. So it seems. But really what's happening is you're turning your pelvis, and you're doing that using your real core. You're doing a core workout in your seat. How about that? How good is that? What a bonus. So, forward and back, forward and back. You can be hanging on to the steering wheel while you're driving, and you can mix it up a little bit. For my friends who like to do a little two-stepping, a little Texas two-stepping, you can do your slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. You can double time it. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, 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 quick, quick, slow, depending upon how advanced you are in your dance skills. For my southern friends, my friends from the Carolinas, you can do the South Carolina state dance, the shag. And we can go, give me just a little more time. Okay, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, 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 quick, quick, slow, 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 quick, quick, slow. Or you can just be doing straight, one knee forward, other knee forward, right side of the pelvis forward, left side of the pelvis forward, left side of the pelvis back, right side of the pelvis back. You are going to feel so much happier when you're driving or flying or sitting in your seat for extended periods of time when you just can't get up and you need to be planted in your seat for long periods of time. Enjoy telling time with your pelvis, your back, and all of you will be so much happier for it. This is Dr. Pat Buchanan, your movement improvement expert. Visit me at drpatbuchanan.com or on Facebook. Take care and keep moving in your seat.